what would you be considered today's time? And this is just for talk. This is not end all be all, but what would you be considered if you see yourself on the sign? What would you in today's time? You signed up for a job. What would you be? A so-called? Would you be Hispanic or like black or Hispanic, right? Predominantly, not the end all be all, but so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans predominantly would consist of the tribes of Israel. There's also other lots like Philippines too. You know what I'm saying? There's history if you go into it. But basically we were scattered. We were scattered throughout the four corners of the earth and put into punishment, which is today living here in America where you're subject to taxes, bills. I don't know how old you are, 19? But you kind of get the idea. You get the kiss, just right. I don't know your life, but right. But we're subjected to these payments, taxes, billing, all because we disobeyed the Most High God, right? What we have to do is come back to Him in these last days that we're in, because it is the last days. The prophecy goes on. Now, I'm not telling you that tomorrow all hell's about to completely break loose. But if you keep your eyes on the news and everything that's going on, right? More killings of people doing to each other, more attempted, suicides after killing their own family, right? Increased racial wars, business closing down, more disastrous weather. You know what I'm saying? These earthquakes, an earthquake that hit Venezuela, massive. You know. So this stuff is happening and it's going to increase, right? And this is all prophecy. This is all written in the Bible. So as us as being children of Israel, right, we have to take heed to the word of the Lord, and this is our salvation. What happens in the salvation is a matter of faith. We believe, right, follow His ways, His statutes and commandments, and will be delivered from who the world calls Jesus Christ. Huh? You heard of Jesus Christ before?
Yeah.
Right? That's who the world calls Him. That's not His real name, but that's who the world calls Him. Because there's no James. There wasn't James 400, 500 years ago. And He was over on the earth over 2,000 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I had a better than this is a closer depiction of what He would look like, based off the scriptures, based off Revelation, right? You can actually infer to in some of Daniel, right, of the Most High's appearance, which He looked just like the Father, right? So it goes into that He would look like. Matter of fact, I'll get that for you, since you never heard of that, I'm sure, right? Never heard of that. Okay. Book of Revelation, chapter 1, and I'm gonna start off at verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, cloth with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. Talking about his head, his hair that was there, right? White like wool. That's the type of color it is. Generally, so-called black people have woolly hair, right? You know what I'm saying? You see it right there. We have different variations, right? And as white as snow. And his eyes was a flame of fire. And check this out, his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burn in the furnace, and his voice is the sound of many waters. So fine brass is like a golden, right? Golden brown. Now if you burn it, it turns a dark color, right? That's him. So that's why we get the imagery, not to say that that's him, but that's the imagery of what would be closer image of who the world calls Jesus Christ today, right? So we have to believe on the Messiah, because there's a lot of stuff they don't tell us about. They don't want us to come back to our identity as Israelites according to the Bible. We get called black, Hispanic, Mexican, Puerto Rico, all terms of conquerors. But that's why you got Puerto Rico, right? Puerto Rico is a part of the U.S. Why? Because it was conquered for the rich poor, right? So all of this stuff being the case, it's truth that we got to dig into. We got to be diggers of truth in order to seek for our own salvation with fear and trembling. Because royalty ain't here, my brother, my young brothers. This ain't here. This ain't royalty right here on this earth. So as a matter of fact, the economy's crashing. I don't know if you know, but it's crashing. Yeah. You can't. I mean, literally, right? They already started with pennies. Pennies are getting wiped out. What do you think is gonna be next? Gonna go to nickels. They're gonna go all the way dimes. It's gonna go all the way till cash. Period. Because they're already getting to an age of digital. Everything's transforming into digital ID, right? Digital currency. So you see the economy crashing right before our very eyes. When you see with that and you look, it's like, okay, shoot, well, what's coming? We don't want to be walking around here not knowing what's going on or what to do. We want to have a solution, right? Every problem, there should be a solution, right? The solution is the God of the Bible. The solution is the Son of God, who the world calls Jesus, but his real name being Yahawashi. Yep, Yahawashi. And that's in the Hebrew. An actual language. You speak Spanish?
Yeah.
So, and I don't know if you know this, but English that I'm speaking and the Spanish that you're speaking, even you're speaking English too with me right now too.
Yeah.
So, but both of those languages were attempts of conquering. Anytime you take somebody, right? You take people, put them in your territory, they're in your land, they're your subjects, they're gonna learn your language. Just like you come into the U.S., right? Were you born in the U.S.?
Yeah.
You was born in the U.S. But I don't know if you had any family members, you know any friends, any people, when they come from a different country, right? Let's say they come from Mexico or, any other whatever, Peru, whatever. They come over here. What's profitable for you to learn? English, right?
Yeah.
To be able to maneuver, you gotta learn some level of English. That's why you know it, So, just like vice versa. If I go over to Peru, if I go over to Brazil, any of that nature, I need to pick up some Spanish if I want to be, mostly successful getting around. So these languages were beaten into us. The Spaniards beat, Spanish into you. Because you're not really Spanish, I'm not English. That was language beaten into our ancestors. You know what I mean? We were actually speaking our actual tongue. We were speaking native ancient Hebrew, not this Yiddish. They changed that, but the ancient Hebrew. That's why you got Yahawashi, right? Or Yahweh being for the Father. So that's all that. You know what I'm saying? As far as knowing the name of the Father and the Son, and trying to walk in royalty, because the Bible speaks about us. It don't speak about everybody. It's when he talks about salvation or royalty, it ain't speaking about everybody. Let me give you this real quick, man. And it just shows you. Just get this, man. And then I'm gonna put you on the channel, so I'm gonna let you go about your way, man. But like this, we're celebrating why are we celebrating 4th of July? Yeah. We were not free during 4th, which I'm about to talk about. We were not free during 4th of July. You know what I mean? We was not free. We was in chains still as slaves, bro. Same for us, man. Same for us. It's just being truthful. Let's go to the book of 1 Peter, man. 1 Peter, chapter 2, and verse 9. You don't have a Bible on your app, on your phone, do you?
I do.
You do? Oh, yeah, cool. So go to it, man. Read it with me if you could, man. Read it with me real quick. All right. 1 Peter 2 and 9. Yes, sir. 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9.
Not really far.
My phone, man. Page keep turning. Go ahead and read that for me, bro. While I'm still trying to look for that joint. You there with me? Alright. So it says, but ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and an holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light, which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of God, which had not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy. So this is, because it was prophesied in the book of Hosea. This is Peter's quoting wrote Hosea. We was prophesied, and then he was prophesied that we would be a people that would be split apart from the Most High God due to erring in our ways, going astray from him, right? And then it would be a time where we would come back to him. Now through the Lord and Savior, who the world calls Jesus Christ, with his real name of Mashiach Yahawashi, right? Mashiach meaning Christ, or the Messiah, right? We would come back through him, and we would be a royal people. The earth that we see here This ain't it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's cool, it's nice. You know what I'm saying? They got your little buildings and stores and whatnot. But this isn't to our salvation. You feel me? So we want to take heed to the Most High God and His Son, and learn what He wants us to do. And how do we do that? We got to get our head in His Word. You know what I'm saying? Go into their scripture, take pieces by pieces. Because really, the people that were broken apart were actually that was primarily your people, which we're all the people, but it was yours, like in the sense of the tribes, because we're split up into tribes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We're all one, man. There's just the divide that the divide that has happened, the split between us, right? But now we're trying to come back together because it said that Judah and Israel, which would be northern and southern kingdom, would come, with southern kingdom being Judah, we would come back together, right? Through Yahawashi HaMashiach, and we'd be delivered in a place from out of like Babylon across the four corners of the earth, right? Especially here, because this is the worst of the worst. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. All right, man. I gotta go, man.
Hey, you got your phone?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I put you on the channel, bro.
What is it?
I'm going to YouTube and I'll type it in for you, my guy. I hope I wasn't just talking, man. I hope this stuff kind of, you know what I'm saying?
No, man, you're good, man.
I appreciate it. This is for salvation, man. So I want you to, Lord willing, the Spirit hit you. I don't know if you got an account, whatever, whichever one you look at the most.
What is it called?
Type in Living. That's normally do it.
Oh, yeah.
Just so it's easy. Boom. And then so right here, bro, that's the email. I go by what's your name, bro?
Chris.
Chris? All right, nice to meet you, Chris.
Nice to meet you, man.
That's the email right there. If something hits your spirit, check the videos out. If something hits your spirit, you got any questions concerning any videos, whatever, please hit me up, man, because there's steps to go through this, man.
I got you, man. Thank you.
Take care, brother. No problem. Thank you. All praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahawashi, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's two Northern Kingdom brothers. Hopefully, they receive this truth and this word.